Hey everyone, JC of StarCraft here, bringing you Game 3 of the quarterfinals between Socke and NarutO for the Go4SC2 August Final. So, action getting started here on Delta Quadrant. Socke going to be spawning as the teal Protoss in the bottom right-hand corner. Haha, I got it right this time. And NarutO going to be spawning as the red Terran in the upper left-hand corner. Good luck, have fun, good games. Going out everywhere from both players. Very friendly with each other. Both players are from Germany, and two of the definitely some of the top players in the entire world on SC2 ranks. I think both players are within the top 120 each with something like 1,300 BattleNet points, something ridiculous like that. Socke recently did take third place at the MLG championships in Raleigh, so a great job by him and some massively epic games that he played there as well. Kind of a fun thing to watch, especially if you watch the VODs, because the players, I think for the most part, they rearranged the players so they were facing each other back to back on the computers, and so you could get that occasional stare down and really psych your opponent out, you know, juke your head a little bit. Maybe not. Probably not how it goes. Everyone's so focused on the gaming screen, but it was great to see in the post games how players would chat with each other, smile, and kind of be friendly rather than vicious rivalries being established. And Socke coming in and already going to meet with this SCV, going to run around until his shields recharge. So just good timing there, good sense of when those shields are going to go down. Run around, get chased, and then let the shields recharge and attack again. So now they're going to have to rotate, already rotated the SCVs out to do his best to damage this probe. And now going to be rotating another one, switching this one and either pulling this one back or sending that one to a scout. Oh, he could have done a swap there, but I guess there's the swap. The early SCV probe swap going down. Second nature to players, of course, especially Terran players. It's just one of the early game things that you almost have to do. You can probably do it with his eyes closed at this point. Anyway, Socke now going to be staying in here as long as possible, but that Marine is coming out, and Socke does have a good sense of timing, I think. He should run away right when he thinks that Marine is about to pop out, which is about right now. Wants to get one final scan, poke around a little bit, and really get his way out of there. Might get trapped inside, hoping to pull his opponent off, and the probe does explode right now. So both players going to be running across. NarutO's scouting probe is going to see, I don't know if he saw that actually as he ran by. He might have not seen that, and it looks like, again, the early pressure from Socke in this game, chrono boosting, 3 zealots to run across, and only 2 Marines out right now. So unfortunately for NarutO, throwing down that tech lab is going to be costly, as he cannot be producing any more Marines until this lab is up. And even when the lab does go up, it's going to take a while for either a Marine, or I assume he's going to pop out a Marauder immediately. And there comes a Marauder, but now he's going to have almost 3 zealots into his base, another one on the way, and so might be a little bit difficult for him trying to kite around with these Marines as much as possible. Has to be very, very careful. There is a zealot in the supply line at this point, and one of the Marines gets caught off, and now things are going to look not so great for NarutO trying to clump up and doing some damage with the SCVs themselves, but not mining all the while. And finally that Marauder does come out for NarutO. So good timing from Socke on this early pressure, costing him a little bit of time, and it looks like in the units loss tab, losing 5 SCVs right now, and possibly another one, 6 SCVs. So already a pretty even trade for Socke in terms of resources at this point, as he is now, well, now he might be losing a little bit more if he can't take up maybe 1 or 2 more SCVs with this. Oh, look at that slow zealot running across, and is able to take out more. So doing a great job hurting the economy of NarutO right now, and actually pulling ahead 21 to 14 harvesters. Now probably going to give up on that and switching over to getting his stalker. So great early pressure from Socke, and now the retaliation from NarutO, as he has three Marauders with concussive shell and able to return that pressure back at his opponent right now. Looking at the production tab, warp gate technology being researched for, I don't know why I call it warp gate technology. I think it's just straight up warp gate, but it is a technology and it is being researched right now. So Socke trying to chrono boost out another stalker as best as he can, really trying to get away and trying to kite with it. And meanwhile, it looks like pretty decent micro from unfortunately NarutO just trying to chase down that stalker, and if he can get it out. But now Socke going to be bringing in a few probes, and the Marauders can't concussive shell everyone, so going to be taking some hits as well, but going to be reinforced by another Marine, and another Socke is coming out, so I think NarutO going to have to give up as one of his Marauders about to die. Once it takes another shot, there it goes, and NarutO forced to retreat. So looking at the units lost tab really quickly, both players are actually decently even in their trade-off on both sides. NarutO, I think, doing a great job kind of retaliating the best that he can, and back at the income tab, slowly starting to catch up, does have the mules to allow him to keep up with his opponent right now, and 26 over 20 harvesters, although it's going to be difficult, especially on the pro level, to catch up once you're behind in your harvester count, as most pro players do not ever let the Nexus stop from training anything. And it looks like Void Ray going to be coming out for Socke at this point, chrono boosted to get ahead. Not that many Marines on the ground, and if that Void Ray can charge up, well, although that timing window is closing very quickly, as NarutO does have that reactor down and will have a critical mass, and just pumping out massive Marines right now too, even sensing potential. Oh, I think he saw that on the way in. Did he see that? That's very interesting. Did see the Stargate, I see, when he pressured in, so it's, I'm sorry, excuse me, going to react in time. I'm going to take a sip of water because my voice is drying out. And so is going to be able to react in time to this Void Ray, and this is a great pylon for Socke right here. He is going to be able to warp in into the back area, charging up on the debris, and going to be moving in on the front as well. So doing his very best and trying to keep this charge, so moving and charging with the Void Ray. So by the time he gets in here, it'll be a fully charged Void Ray and that much more difficult to deal with. Looks like he will be able to take out the SCV before the missile turret finishes, and now NarutO's forces are going to be coming in. Meanwhile, he does have a bunker down in front, so it's going to be a little bit harder for Socke to really push in and apply that pressure, but trying to keep that charged. But there are too many Marines on the ground right now for that Void Ray, and still charging up on the back. Possibly has to be careful not to get rid of all the rocks, as that would just, you know, easily clear the way. And I think Socke has to retreat at this point. Double Void Ray, double charge up, and this is going to be that much more dangerous for NarutO. Although he does have a missile turret here, the Void Rays outranging them for a moment, and Void Rays do lose their charge right now. So unfortunately, not going to be a successful attempt for NarutO at this point. I'm sorry, for Socke at this point. Sorry, I just saw the name. And trying to charge up onto the supply depot, forced to retreat yet again. Too many Marines, and the Marines actually have stim right now, so they can pull down the Void Rays pretty quickly. And looking back at the production tab, looks like another Void Ray coming out for Socke, trying to get them into a critical mass number, trying to take out as many Marines as possible, and possibly